Hey, it's part 4 of the Philadelphia Free Skate on Saturday, and it started to rain.
Hey, this stuff does not look fun. I'm trying so hard not to stride.
Hey, I'd like to say that we have some footage of us skating through the Citizens Bank parking lot as we left Chicky and Pete's, but guess what? Camera wasn't operating again. I apologize. Probably wasn't as cool as it sounds anyway. Now, at this point in the skate, we're at about 14 to 15 miles in. There's about 2 miles left. This short segment of the skate is going to take us through the, I guess, what used to be the Italian section of South Philly as we're approaching Center City, skating parallel somewhat to Broad Street. And we're in the Passyunk area, East Passyunk actually. And we're coming up on Passyunk Avenue. We're going to cross that at 16th and Mifflin. And there's going to be a little Rocky statue. And I think I'm going to jump out of here sound-wise, let you hear me talk again from the street level. Okay, I lied. That was Rick from New York. He's who manages the Big Apple Roll out of New York, and that happens every August. You got to check that out. Go to EmpireSkateClub.com or .org, I think, or just search it on Google. So here we are at the little park. Here's the Rocky statue I promised. I feel like this is more intimate to the locals instead of the one that's up on the art museum. Not bad, huh? Listening to some psychedelic furs here. Mirror moves from the 80s on my little... Now, if you haven't noticed, you could, at some points on these skates, see the screen is on my iPod on the back of my head. You can see what's playing if you really have the ability to read backwards and upside down. You can also see, if you look back, you can see the raindrops that are on the phone, or not, I'm sorry, on the iPod. I am not an iPhone user. That's why I have an iPod, if you're curious. So we're back to skating. And we're kind of as we were before when we were making our way from Gray's Ferry towards the Citizens Bank Park area, zigzagging. We're kind of doing the same thing here. We're going up a few blocks, over a block, up a few blocks, over a block. In some cases, we kind of almost double back and around just to see things. This is I guess this is a more younger area. A lot of vegans in this area, that type of culture. I don't want to say hipster because there's just no one defining type anywhere in Philly as far as I'm concerned. It's just mixed in everywhere. You can go to West Philly and that's getting gentrified. Of course, they're not too happy about it, but you know, I guess they need to be drug into the modern day somehow. Now, as we finish this skate, it's not going to be, you know, it's not going to give you any closure. We're going to kind of end with this skate in these streets. I'm not going to show you us rolling up to the art museum at the end. It's just not going to happen. I will say that as we skated through this part of the city, the rain did dissipate, and it was really only spitting enough to be annoying. Check out the, this is amazing. This is like the ultimate storm here. Railroad tracks, or trolley tracks, a big truck with a narrow space, an older man who was crossing the street, a car that was in the middle of the intersection. And these are the things that I usually encounter in New York, not in Philly. Speaking of New York and comparing that to Philly, New York is got tougher streets to skate on, but I enjoy it more. I think the drivers there are more respectful to the skaters. Maybe the key word is actually tolerant. Okay, here's something interesting to look at. Check out Bill here, the gentleman in the yellow shirt. He's skating on Bonts, nice skates. Look how he's skating on the inside of his heels, or not his heels, but his inside of his feet. He's pronating, and you can see he's almost the skates are like pushing out, like buckling out. I've always wanted to ask him, is that because he's just such a big guy and he's got to support so much weight or what? But I mean, now look at, I think that's Kim in front of him. Look at her form. Perfect form. So whereas she's skating right on her center seams and using proper form where she's kind of stooped over a little bit, kind of compressing herself to draw a proper D and kick out. Well, here they are again. You can see I believe that's Kim there. We passed her, and now I'm on the side of Bill. So if you spin your 360 to the side, you can see him. You can see how it's just like those skates are just buckled out. In fact, spin your 360 around and look at Bill from the back, and you can just see how those wheels just push out. It's amazing. Okay, so this skate's about to wind up, and we're going to head into part 4. Part 4 is going to be the Sunday skate, and it is going to be probably significantly more interesting than this last final leg of the Saturday skate, skating through South Philly down parallel to Broad, as I stated, towards Center City. I do hope you stick around for that or check them out. I have a lot to say about skating, about the city of Philly, and you know how important it is because it's coming from me. Having said that, please share these videos. Please tell people about this. I mean, this is an amazing way for 360 to take place, you know, to be on someone's head, not on a car, not traveling at high speed, and not traveling so slow that you can't appreciate the things around. All right, see you in the next video.
It's too much for any man.